we talking about before you came down here?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Has there ever been a time in your life when you're like, I'm dead?
When you're dying?
Yeah. You told me about the tent, backpacking.
I've never really had a moment when I was actually. My life has never been genuinely threatened, I don't think, in any real way. Ever. I don't think I've ever. Literally, the closest I've ever been to dying was just going out backpacking completely unprepared.
Yeah.
And that was fine. I did fine.
I can't really think of much. I would think I would have a lot since I did a firehouse for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Nothing really crazy. Going into burning buildings isn't really that bad.
Depending on how burning it is.
Car accidents were always the worst, but that wasn't life-threatening. I tell you what was life-threatening. The one that comes to my mind was that skateboard accident I had down the hill.
Oh yeah.
Nobody was there to see that, but that was the problem. Is that nobody was there to see it. My knees are still purple from just skin healing, and I think I do have a tiny scar on my arm. But that was bad. That was a life or death situation. I chose the 50-50 marker.
Chose the life part.
That was a bad day. And I had to skate home too. No, this one time me and my cousin were on a dune buggy, and he was driving, and it was raining.
Where'd you get a dune buggy?
Huh?
Where'd you get a dune buggy?
He had one.
He's had one?
He's had one, yeah.
Okay.
They're really cool. They were epic. I loved it. But it was raining the night before, or a couple, I don't know, within 24 hours, and the grass was still wet.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought it'd be a good idea because he saw a group. It was Thanksgiving or something. He lives in a cul-de-sac, and we saw a group of girls walking the streets, and he was like, "Bro, let's take this dune buggy out and just let it rip." And I'm like, "That is a 10 out of 10 idea, sir. Let's go." So we did, and we did our usual back and forth. We looked cool, but really we probably lame thinking about it now. Dune buggy was cool though. That's an underrated thing. A dune buggy was gnarly.
I think Ian's dad is about to get a dune buggy.
They're pretty epic.
It's not even a dune buggy. It's like a normal car that has a different body on it, I think.
Well, anyways, this dune buggy was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we were flying back to his house. And usually he got really good at drifting. I was confident, 100% confident in him to be good because he was whipping around his house, full on drifting. I was so confident in him that I did not sweat it one bit because he's been doing it for years.
Right.
Well, the grass is wet.
Oh, no.
And on his driveway, he was driving across his driveway like this.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of a bump. And he went just enough up that he didn't have any grip on the grass or whatever. And he went to go drift and didn't realize that he was not touching the ground. Well, once we did, the grass was wet.
Oh.
And we just went all over the place. And this is the first time I have openly ever said this. Our parents don't even know this happened. And they were 20 feet just inside the house having good old turkey for Thanksgiving. And we slammed into this tree hard. And right between us was this branch, 10 foot long branch right between us that was about to spear one of us. And he said, "Get out." And I said, "We're never talking about this again." Oh, no. We pushed it out, put it back. We didn't even drive it. We pushed it to the shed, locked it up, and never spoke about it again. And this is the first time I've ever openly spoken about it.
That's crazy.
But all because of a group of girls. We almost died.
For the
epic. It was a bad hit.
I crashed a 4-wheeler one time just riding around the field. It was snowing. And I was drifting on purpose. I was like, I'm so good at this. Yeah. And actually, you know what? I wasn't even drifting. Cool. I was riding up on 2 wheels. I got really good at that on the little 4-wheeler. I could get it on 2 wheels and have it balance on the side for a long time. And then eventually I went to do it and the wheel just slipped out and I fell down and the 4-wheeler fell on me and I was just fine. I got so lucky. That thing literally could have murdered me right then and there and I just didn't die.
Just didn't care.
And I was like, okay. And I just set it back up, started it back up. And
I remember
didn't
one
tell my
time.
mom about that one either.
There's a lot of things.